Hey y'all, welcome to my herby kitchen. Today we are going to make one of my most favorite preparations. I probably say this every week, but it is really true for this preparation. It is the Oxymel. So the apple cider vinegar and the honey extract of the delicious plants, especially the super aromatic ones like holy basil. We've made a couple holy basil recipes this month, and I am so excited to wrap up for now. Holy basil will always be in the picture, but to wrap up for now with this amazing plant. So here's what I've done. I've just pulled holy basil leaves. These are fresh. You can also use dried, totally. But I've taken them off the plant. Don't worry, you see how there's some little stems in there. We're gonna chop them up. Like I left this one on there, that's totally fine. I wanna show you the difference here. I'm gonna come around. This stem is light, it is bendable, totally fine to use. This one is a little more firm, so I am just gonna, if you have any like that, it's later in the season, so you might see a little like thicker, more fibrous stalks. You can just take those off. Again, if there are any like this, if you want to take them off, the little ones you can, or you can just leave them in there. And we are going to give the holy basil this beautiful, highly aromatic, good for stress, adaptogenic herb, this plant that is completely unforgettable. Once you smell it, once you work with it, it is with you absolutely forever. This amazing plant that is perfect for oxymels. So I'm just finely chopping. We want surface area, and you will start to smell all of the essential oils in the plants just being released. Your whole kitchen will smell like holy basil. It's amazing. So holy basil helps your body adapt to stress. It helps to modulate and balance your nervous system, your immune system, and your endocrine, so your hormones, your endocrine system. And it will do something different for me than what it'll do for you, because it is the modulator, it is the balancer. So it goes directly, it's so cool, directly to your body and does exactly what your body needs it to do. So I am just roughly chopping this. You can use a knife, you can use scissors. And I'm gonna make a small amount today because I've made some, I have some that's macerating or that's infusing, that's extracting. And yeah, and I wanna save some holy basil. I didn't get a huge crop this year, so I'm gonna make some glycerite, make some oxymel, and if I have some, I'm gonna make a hydrosol. But, so I've just got a half pint glass, and you can use half pint, quart, make yourself a quart of this. Hey, in February, you will be so glad that you did. So I'm gonna fill this up. So usually I say about like equal parts of each. So this is about, so since we've got 3 things we're working with here, I'm just gonna go ahead and stuff that in. Okay, halfway. Good, looks good to me. And then this is literally as easy, all it takes, as easy as it is. We've got honey. Raw honey, get as local as you can possibly get, just for all those benefits with the allergies and all that stuff. And we're gonna fill it about to the top with honey, because we're gonna let this sink in. And if you have like a fork or a spoon or a knife or a chopstick or something, you're gonna wanna give it a good stir just so the honey can get all the way to the bottom. It doesn't matter which one you do first, the honey or the vinegar. So this is an oxymel. So the oxy is acid. So the vinegar piece. And then the mel is the honey. So Melissa, honey, think of like melody, melodious, things that are sweet and beautiful and flowing, all share the same root. And then I'm going to fill it up the rest of the way with the vinegar and give it another stir. This is a very ancient extraction method. We are using, yes, vinegar and honey. So you might have to do like one round of pouring, stir it up, let it get all blended in, and then add a little bit more. Yeah. So the vinegar is beneficial in and of itself. Raw apple cider vinegar, we know it has the probiotics, enzymes, and the good proteins that feed that, so good already, that feed your microbiome. It's good for digestion. It's great for indigestion. So many applications of vinegar, apple cider vinegar. Then we have the honey. That is great for your immune system. Antiviral, antibacterial, good for a sore throat, all that kind of stuff. So with this combination here, you can do honey, you can do vinegar, and then really the herbs are endless that you can make oxymels with. So you can do elderberry for the fall season, perfect coming up. You can do lemon balm. You could do rosemary. Rosemary honey goes really well together. Y'all, that's it. That's it. Super simple. Put your plants in. Now, if you do dried, because the water has already been pulled out, they're more concentrated. Dried herbs are more concentrated than fresh. So you need about a third. But again, this is folk method. Use what you have. Play with different amounts of herbs, fresh and dried, and just make it your own. A lavender one would be lovely. A rose one or a rose hips would be excellent. Like a ginger or a garlic. Ooh, that would be really good. So have fun and play. This is the method. Put your herbs in, put your honey in, put your apple cider vinegar in, and it will start to pull out, to extract all those medicinal qualities of the holy basil, the helping your body adapt to stress, the calmness, the boosting of your immune system, or the balancing of your immune system and your nervous system. It's really amazing. All right, so we're putting a piece of parchment paper between the metal lid and the jar, because you know what happens with vinegar and metal, and we don't want any of that in the medicine. And that's it. And you can start to shake it. So shake it every couple days, and you're gonna let it sit or infuse or macerate for about 4 to 6 weeks. Label it. I always think, I'm like, oh, it's holy basil, I'll know what it is. Or I'll be able to tell exactly what that is. I'll remember. I don't. So always label it. And then let me show you what to do with it. So after about 4 to 6 weeks, it's stored in a pantry or in a cool, dry place, dark place. Strain it out, so with a tea strainer or a cheesecloth or something. And then you're left with, the vinegar really liquefies the honey. So you're left with this gorgeous, look how dark and delicious that is. This is a meadowsweet oxymel. Meadowsweet. That was weird. I was like, meadowsweet. Meadowsweet oxymel. Then you can take it straight. My favorite thing to do, and I drink one of these most afternoons while I'm preparing dinner. I take about a tablespoon, sometimes 2, but usually 1 is enough for me, because it is tangy and it is sweet, and it really makes me feel like I'm having something fancy, which, by the way, grab you a fancy cup. It makes a difference, and it makes it much more fun. I've got plain sparkling water here. All right, so I've got about a tablespoon of the meadowsweet. Meadowsweet is delicious. It is sweet, and it's really good for your gut as well, for pain in the gut. I love drinking this right before I'm about to eat. And in afternoon, late afternoon, early evening, sparkling beverage. That is so tasty and delicious. I might add another tablespoon. So this is how you use oxymels. You can take them straight. You can make fun, fancy drinks with them. So it's kind of similar to a shrub, except for a shrub has sugar, and usually plain sugar and fruit. So this is just the honey and the vinegar. So it's extracting all of the beautiful properties of the holy basil. This one is meadowsweet, but oh yeah, needed 2 in that one. Just as delicious. So yeah, once you strain it, you can just store it in a jar, get a plastic lid, or again, put that parchment paper under it, keep it in your apothecary. It'll last for a good while. If the lid is on and it is, in a dark, cool place, I mean, it'll last for a year. I've had this one for over a year. Absolutely delicious. Again, the vinegar and honey are medicinal in and of themselves, and then you put them together and something tangy and sweet and magical happens, and then you have the extracted herbs, which is just completely next level. And I love doing this with aromatic herbs because in the winter, it really, something about the way the herbs and the vinegar, the honey and the vinegar extract the properties just keeps it so fresh tasting. So, have fun, play with your different herbs. You literally cannot go wrong with this one. Put herbs in a jar, pour some honey and vinegar on the top. You can make a salad dressing with this too. So like a tablespoon or two of your Oxymel and a little bit of salt and a little bit of olive oil would be delicious. So again, many applications. You can use it when you're finished as you would a vinegar, and just a super simple, brilliant, and completely tasty way to take your medicine that humans have been doing for thousands and thousands and thousands of years. So have fun and play and get all of the use out of your summer herbs, and I'll see you soon.